The baddest on your side, baby, you couldn't hold it down. See, I was down to ride. Fuck it, that shit is over. I told you not to sleep on me. Yeah, I want you. I want you not to sleep on me. I told you if you fuck up another nigga gon' love not to sleep on me. I want you not to sleep on me.
What it is, y'all? It's your girl LISHA, and I am back with another snippet / story time, whichever one you want to call it. I think this one is actually going to be a story time. Like I said in the previous stories, I called the other ones snippets because I really didn't have too much or know too much. I really didn't experience as much with those ladies. But this one, it might make it to a story time. It may make it to a part 2. So I don't know. Stay tuned. But if you are new here, make sure you subscribe. Hit that subscribe button, like, comment, and share. Yeah, follow me on all my other social medias. They'll be listed down below. And go check out my Amazon storefront and my Etsy if you are moving out of town or out of state. If you are moving out of state, go check out my ebook on Etsy. I have an ebook and a journal with teaching you how to do that stress-free. So anyways, y'all, this story, I had to go get a drink because, honey, ex, no, he be trying me, or used to be trying me. Anyways, we are gonna call this girl Linda. I never knew anything about Linda until the last minute. When everything was going down, that's when I learned about Linda. I wrote down a few notes, and a little bit in this story is what I'm gonna tell you a little bit of what he explained to me in some parts and other parts that I experienced. So this happened a few years ago. He met her the year prior. This happened maybe, I don't know, a few years ago. And this is somebody that he met. I wouldn't call her a random. I would call her somebody that he dated. And y'all will see why when I get more into the story time. But yeah, so he supposedly met her. She's from Miami. He's from Miami. He supposedly met her a year prior to me finding out. This was around the time when we were totally off. Okay, we were totally off. At first we weren't though. We were still kind of like seeing each other, talking, doing the whole situationship thing, and then we came into those later months, which was winter time, and we kind of like drifted. One day, ex calls me and tells me, now I'm at work. He calls me, he tells me that he had a Bell's palsy episode. And I'm like, oh man, like, damn, like, really? He was just saying that he was at the hospital, and I was like, oh, okay, well, just let me know. Just call me back and let me know what they say. Because that's crazy. Like, me and him been dealing with each other for so long. Me or him hadn't had a major medical condition or a major medical emergency, you know what I'm saying, in us dealing with each other. So that was kind of major. Came out of nowhere. But, you know, I had to explain to him, this is because you're trying to handle all of these women at once. It comes from, the number one thing that it comes from is stress. I don't know if you guys know what Bell palsy is. I really don't really know what it is. But I do know you lose feeling in a part of your face. I think Justin Bieber had it. A friend of mine, one of my best friends, he has it. And now X. So, from that day on, I never really, I think he called me back and told me whatever was said, that it wasn't that serious. His face would get back. Well, no, let me not say that it wasn't that serious, but it was a serious condition, but it will get back to normal. Just do this, that, and the other, and it'll help it get back to normal. Okay, so I noticed after that day, we didn't really, we was drifting further and further and further and further away. Okay, this editing, LISHA. I just wanted to say we drifted apart because X, he likes a lot of attention. He likes a lot of a lot of ego stroking, and a lot of the times I didn't give that to him. I didn't know how to give that to him because he did me so wrong over the years, and I'd be damned if I stroke your ego and bitch I'm still hurt. So being that I didn't do that at that time, he was geared towards the women that was stroking the ego. Until we just didn't really even contact each other. And this was around the late months of November, December. I don't know what it is about me and him and why during that time we tend to cut things off. I don't know. It was a pattern, I guess. I don't know. But the more and more stories that I tell, I notice that during that time, that's the time that me and him really like don't fuck with each other if we are going that route. But anyways, that's neither here nor there. And you know, during this time I'm dating. He, I guess, doing his thing, dating or whatever. Me not knowing, he wasn't dating. He was in a whole relationship. Okay. He was in a relationship, but you know, he's a hoe. So he was in that relationship, and ain't no telling what other kind of relationship X was in during that relationship, because he just cannot be with one woman. So I found this out because during this time, you know, I'm not really a TikToker. I'm trying to get into it now, but my homegirl, she, you know, she's a TikToker. She loves TikTok, and she's strolling one day and happened to run across a page that Linda made with her and X. She called it what did I call it in the last story time? X love X. Okay, she called it X. Okay. And she sent it to me. So I'm looking like, whoa. Oh, so we in a relationship. Even though we weren't together, wasn't talking about getting back together or anything. It was just the mere fact to see him in another relationship. Somebody that I've dealt with for so long, I was like, oh my God, he's in another relationship. Meanwhile, I'm out here in my whole phase, hoeing, fucking with this nigga, that nigga, that nigga, that nigga, that nigga, having fun. So, I ain't gonna lie, it kind of hurt my feelings. I was like, damn, my nigga, that's what's up. That's what's up. So, you know, eventually I end up calling him and I'm like, oh, okay, so you in a relationship or whatever, whatever. Of course he lied. I see the evidence right in my face. And he was just like, no, that's just somebody that I'm dating. I don't know why she made that page. Cause no, we are not together. Like, I'm basically just lying saying that they not together. Okay. So in the beginning of meeting this person, he was going backwards and forth to Miami a whole lot. Okay, we were still kind of in a situationship. I just said that in the beginning of the story. We were still kind of in a situationship, and he was going backwards and forth to Miami a whole lot. So I knew he was messing with somebody. I thought it was one of the sister's friends, because a long time ago, X told me him and his sister made a pact that they'll never mess with each other friends. And child, X done had about 4 or 5 of his sister friends, child. Anywho, again, I digress, because that's neither here nor there. But I'm thinking it's the sister friend. But all this time, this somebody new. So, anyways, it wasn't one of the sister friends. And all of a sudden, we had stopped, like I said, we stopped talking in November, December. But when we started back talking, maybe January, February-ish, at this time, I'm like, okay, that kind of did something to me. So I'm like, I was having fun. I ain't gonna lie now. I was having fun. I was. But, I kind of like sat down and was like, damn, I have not been in a actual relationship in a long time. Y'all, the epitome of how time flies, okay? When you're having fun. But we was in that situationship, but I wouldn't call that a relationship, because at that time I really did not like X. Like, I loved his companionship. I loved his company. I loved him as a person, but I didn't like him as a boyfriend. I don't know if that makes sense to anybody, but I just did not see us back together ever. Okay, up until I saw him in this other relationship. So we starts back talking or whatever, January, February-ish, and I'm bringing old girl up, and I'm like, well, what's going on over there? And I noticed we had started back talking in a few weeks. Now, remember I told y'all in the last story time that we would go to each other's house. We would be I invite him over here some weeks. He'll invite me over there some weeks. Now, granted, this time when we started back talking, he would never invite me to his place. Okay, he was still staying in the same place, but he would never invite me to his place. And we started back talking in January because he got locked up in February, but we'll get there. So, I didn't notice at first, because to be honest, I really didn't. He stayed way across town on the west side, and I live on the east side. So we stay on two totally opposite sides of 285. So I'm like, I really didn't like going over there anyways, because of I'll be in traffic during the day. Alexa, stop.
According to Talkspace.
Oh God, she's telling me my yeah.
Focus.
But anywho, so I really didn't notice at first, but then I started to notice. Me and Tina, we talking. Me and my homegirl Tina, we talking, and I'm telling her like, bitch, this bitch don't never invite me to his house no more. I don't give a damn, because I really didn't like going over there because of the drive, not because of I didn't like to go to his house, but just because of the drive. I was a-okay with me staying, because I would have to get up earlier than I would have to get up earlier, to make it to work on time. I would have had, and it takes me 30 minutes to get from over there to over here. And it actually takes longer than that because of the traffic. So she was like, bitch, you right. Like, he don't invite you over there no more. So, I brought it to his attention. I'm like, well, why you don't ever invite me to your house no more? What's up? What's going on? What's tea, bitch? Let me know. Y'all ready for this lie? Girl, this boy said his son and his family lives with them, which ain't never been a problem before. But they also got this vicious dog. And he know I don't really like dogs. And the dog be all over the house. And he doesn't want, me over there and the dog be all over the house. So I said, you know what? You ain't my nigga. There's no need for me to argue this down. I just left it as that. Because like I said, I had no problem with you coming over here every week anyway. I had absolutely no problem with you coming over here because I didn't want to have to wake up out of my bed any earlier than I had to. So, this is January. Now, mind you, I'm lying, bitch. We started talking back in December because we was talking for a few weeks before he went to jail. So February comes, okay? February 15th, he ends up getting locked up. Now, let me rewind back. Hold that thought. January, we started talking, we started back talking in December. We stopped talking the whole month of November. We was talking every blue moon. It was not a everyday thing like we usually do. Because me and X, we spoke. It don't matter if we was together, we wasn't together. We spoke every day. This year, we had to, for a whole month, we had to like stop. We weren't talking every day. Put it that way. So we started back talking December when I started seeing the videos or whatever. So I'm like, I'm trying to piece together, like, what is going on? Like, she not posting these videos for nothing. She posting these videos like y'all in a relationship. But like I said, I never did say anything because we wasn't together. I couldn't say nothing because we wasn't together. But at the same time, we done started back talking and X in my ear like, we stopped talking. And I just feel like the reason why I don't know why you stopped talking to me, but the reason that I stopped talking to you as much is because I'm just tired of doing this situationship. We need to be together. If we're going to be together, we need to go ahead and be together. And just let bygones be bygones and just start over. I just want to start over. I just want my family back. I want you back. Cat, dog, and frog, whatever. So like I said, I was seeing these videos and it kind of made me feel some type of way. It kind of brought me to reality that, damn, bitch, you 40-something years old and you ain't in no relationship yet. So I'm like, I had to think long and hard about that, or whatever. And I'm like, we've been dealing with each other for up 10 years. And, I don't know, what would it hurt? I have been dating for up 10 years. I'm in my 40s. Yeah. What will it hurt? So, okay, we started back dating. We talked about it and it was kind of like a scheduled thing. I wasn't really too ready to jump into anything. And he claimed he was, but he really wasn't. So we set the date of February 1st because we were going to spend Valentine's Day, do something for Valentine's Day, go on a trip, whatever. I told y'all to hold on a few sentences ago because I did something for him for his birthday. I rented out a hotel room I decorated it, balloons, candles, petals, all of that stuff. You know what I'm saying? Got him a gift or two. Our pictures everywhere on the bed, I mean, and you know what I'm saying? I did all of this for his birthday. You know, I'm trying to turn over a new leaf. You know, I was still kind of feeling, I did all of this because I was feeling some type of way. Cause bitch, you doing what you used to do with me with another bitch. Bitch, this was a case of you ain't want this nigga, but you hated to see him with somebody else. That's all this was. A case of that. But no, I ain't gonna lie. At that moment, I'm like, I knew I did not want him with anybody else. Very selfish. Very selfish. So, fast forward to February again. Editing LISHA again. I forgot to tell y'all, yeah, we fast forwarded it to February the 1st. I think Linda's birthday is either February 4th or February 5th, one of the two. And the same thing that I did for him for his birthday, he turned around, bitch, and did the same thing for her birthday. You talking about a bitch was crushed, livid, mad, but you know, again, I sat up there and let X try me once again. He ended up getting in trouble on his birthday. The same night that I did that for him on his birthday, he ended up getting pulled over for a traffic violation and ended up kind of fleeing the police. So he ended up getting caught eventually in February, going to jail for that, and going to jail for that. He was locked up the whole February, and I'm a sucker for him and anybody that I love. I'm a sucker for anybody in jail that I love. I'm a whole sucker. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm a sucker. I hate to see people in that predicament. I just hate to see people in jail, you know, especially the ones that I love. So anyway, stuck by him, stood by him, took care of him while he was in there. You know, all that you do when your nigga in jail. Okay, so he ended up going to court to get a bond. He hadn't got in trouble in another county, so he had to wait to see if the other county was gonna come and pick him up from the jailhouse. They ended up coming to pick him up. He ended up going to court, getting a bond or whatever, and I was gonna go as far as to bond him out. It was $1,500. I was gonna go as far as to bond him out. Okay. So, you know, I ain't gonna lie, bitch, I'm thinking about this long and hard. Like, this nigga done tried me so many times, my nigga. I don't know if I want to do this. Because, bruh, what if this nigga try me again? Like, I don't know. And on top of that, bitch, I don't even know what it is with X. I don't know what it is with her yet. So, I don't know, bitch. So, you know, I talked it out with a few friends, a few trusted friends or whatever, and made up my mind. Boom, bitch, I'm gonna go ahead and bond him out. I want him out, so I'm gonna go ahead and bond him out. He just gonna have to pay me the fuck back. Fine and dandy. Okay. So I goes ahead, and it was a few days before no, I'm lying, I'm tripping. I go ahead, I called the bondsman, and I'm like, because I hadn't already called the bondsman and asked the bondsman how much it was gonna be, all that cat dog and frog. He gave me the rundown of whatever. X even tried to, the first time I even called and got the rundown, X even tried to get me to call Linda to act like I was cat dog or frog. And I'm thinking, like, I'm knowing that this is somebody that he messed with, because why I gotta act like somebody else? And I'm like, I'm not doing that, because if I do that, I'm gonna ask who. Like, I'm not acting like anybody but myself. So I'm gonna go ahead and call one of your churn and have one of your churn to motherfucking call Linda or whoever this chick is and have them do that. So that was that. The second time I called the bondsman, I had made up my mind. I'm finna go ahead and bond him out. Boom. Calls the bondsman. The bondsman said, "Oh, X, he done already been bonded out. He done already been bonded or whatever. He has not been released yet, but his release date is on the 15th. It was March 15th or whatever. But the bond has already been paid for, and March 15th was like that following week or whatever. So he was like, he gotta wait on something. He had to wait on the other county to come see if they was gonna come pick him up, and then he'll get out. So that happens or whatever, and he tells me, the bondsman's like, he already been bonded out or whatever. So I look him up or whatever, and it says bond paid, whatever it say when it say your bond paid, and says his release date, all that cat, dog, and frog. And I'm telling him, me and him discussing, and I'm like, okay, so that's what's up, bitch. I ain't gonna lie, I was slick motherfucking happy, because bitch, it wasn't my money. Bitch, I ain't have to, you know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't have to put my money down on it. I ain't have to worry about that. You know what I'm saying? So I ain't gonna lie. Now, I was gonna do it, but when that shit went, let me tell you something, how God work, honey. You hear me? Anywho.
I'm not gonna let now one of y'all niggas make me miss my God. I'm just not gonna do it. I'm just not gonna do it. No, sirree, Bobby. God loves me, and he wants me in heaven.
We discussed it. He was like, well, the person, he ended up telling me that it was a chick that bonded him out. Okay, he didn't tell me exactly who the chick was. I didn't ask who the chick was, and he was like, yeah, when they was talking about giving me a bond, I did end up calling somebody to see if they can help me out, give me some money on it, cat, dog, or frog, so you wouldn't have to put down as much money. Totally fine with me, because like I said, we was not together at this moment. I'm just helping. If this is a friend helping a friend out. So he tells me when he gets out, cat, dog, and frog got to come pick him up, because he has to go to court the same day, or something about he had to go to court the same day, whatever. And I'm like, nah. Oh, I'm lying. It was after February 1st. So yes, we was together, supposedly, officially together.
Allegedly.
So I'm like, nah, that ain't gonna work for me. That ain't gonna work for me. If we supposed to be officially together, I'm coming to pick you up. Why would it be any other way? Why would I let, if me and you supposed to be back together, why would I let another bitch come pick you up?
Y'all, man, say, y'all try, but y'all call me crazy the other day. I don't like that at all. You think I'm crazy? Man, look at me.
Tell me that. Cause bitch, who you think you talking to? Okay. Past that. The day comes, he gets out. I goes pick him up. It was late at night. Goes pick him up. He come to the house. He had to leave the next morning. I had to go to work the next morning. He go handle his business or whatever. He comes back the same night, spends the night, and I forgot to tell y'all, during this time, he had been driving this silver Impala. Okay? He had been driving this silver Impala, and I had to ask him, like, who car you driving? He goes on to tell me, y'all ready for this lie? Hey, he he goes on to tell me that it's his homeboy BJ's. BJ selling it to him. BJ let him pay payments on it, and that's that with that. Like I said, I ain't really been in his life like that. I don't know if he lying or if he motherfucking flying. And bitch, in this case, he was motherfucking lying and goddamn flying. You hear me? So that was that on the car. Ain't asked no more questions about the car. If that's what he said, that's what he said. I ain't finna look at. I'm not doing all of that. Okay, I'm not. That's one thing. One of the stipulations that I told myself. You're gonna let go the past things that had done happened. You're not finna stress in this relationship. You're not finna be going to look for stuff. If it's meant, it's gonna come to you. I'm not doing all of that. It's a wrap. If I feel like I have to do all of that, if you make me feel like I have to do all of that, it's a wrap. So okay, boom. So let me make sure I done told y'all everything. Okay, yeah, I told you everything. So, we goes on with life as normal. Okay, we goes on as life is normal, and he has to move. Okay, he has to move, and we talked about it, and it's like, okay. We supposed to be together. There's no use of you getting your own space. You might as well come over here and help me pay these bills because this is where you're going to be anyway. Okay. But yeah, we discussed it, and we decided that he was gonna move in, come over here, help me pay these bills, which was totally fine with me because I was tired of paying bills all by myself. Okay, so in the midst of him having to move, I'm asking him, "You don't need no help? You don't want me to come over there help you pack?" He like, "No, I don't need no help. I got." My son over there, I got his girl, like we got it. I don't need you to come over to help. Like I said, you ain't gotta tell me nothing motherfucking once, cause I don't like packing, and let alone another motherfucking shit anyway. Moving another motherfucking shit anyway. So he comes over one day, and mind you, he never told me that he had done packed up everything out of this spot and moved. Never told me. I just saw one day that he came over here in that Impala, and that Impala was packed with stuff. I meant to say something to him, but it slipped my mind. I think we were getting ready to do something, go out or something, that it slipped my mind. We always take my car anyways. I never jumped in that car because, like I said, I didn't really know. Let me tell you something. Ants can tell me anything, but that don't mean that I believe anything that he says. I knew it was something with that car. I just couldn't put my finger on it. I knew it was something. I had not connected the dots just yet. The dots had to be connected for me, because one thing about me, and I had to stop doing that. I had to stop doing this. If I ask you something and you tell me one thing and I don't really know the truth, I'm gonna go with what you said, even if I'm like, this bitch lying. I'm gonna just let it be. So that's what I did when I saw the stuff in the car. I never did ask somebody. It actually slipped my mind. So until one day, I sat and thought about everything that had been happening over the last few months. You didn't invite me to your place. You didn't need me to come over there or want me to come over there and help you move or pack. you would sometimes talk to me in the house at certain times, but it was very seldom. Like I said, I be on the move. I don't really be. He calls it the echo effect. At that particular moment, I'll notice it, but it doesn't really dawn on me until after the fact. Okay. And I just sat down one day and was like, and this was actually one night. I had just got off the phone. Me and him had just got off the phone or whatever. And something said, bitch, go over there to that apartment. I got in my car. I goes over there to that apartment. And y'all gonna have to wait until part 2 for me to let y'all know what happened at this apartment. So thank y'all for watching. I hope y'all come back to see what part 2 is about. And yeah, I will see you guys next time.
'Cause I don't want this